This episode of My Two Satoshis is brought to you by Bitmart. Bitmart's new quick exchange feature allows you to buy cryptos directly using fiat in just minutes. Use either Visa, MasterCard, and even a wire transfer. They work with the most trustworthy third-party vendors to make your crypto experience easy and convenient. So visit the link below to start using Bitmart's new fiat to crypto feature on Bitmart.com.
Negroes and Latinos, and even the gringos.
You know the deal. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is September 11th, 2019. Can't believe it's been 18 years since the attacks on the Twin Towers in New York. Man, we still are owed some answers out there, people. Let us not forget what happened on that day, and what they've claimed happened really ain't what happened. But anyway, Sarge Crypto, shout out to him on YouTube for the song request. Most Def Mathematics. He says Bitcoin is all mathematics, no doubt. That is the truth, and that's where we derive the value out of Bitcoin, is through mathematics, through cryptography. There is no need to have anything backing it. That's the whole point. It's all through mathematics. We know that 1 + 1 will always equal 2, at least in this universe. So that's how we can derive a value out of this network. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to another episode. Let's get right into it. Today we are going to be looking at, I don't know why they thought to do this anyway, Tether. You know, Tether is now on Ethereum, right? They launched maybe a few months, like I think 6 months ago, 5-6 months ago, something like that. There are about 100,000 transactions stuck as Tether clogs up Ethereum. Don't know why they thought anything different would happen, but hey, this is where we are. People should start using Tether on either Algorand or EOS. That's what they should be doing. But anyway, we'll take a look at this article about Tether clogging up Ethereum's network. Second article, Nasdaq lists new index for decentralized finance projects called DeFi. This is going to be a huge industry right here. Decentralized finance projects like Augur, MakerDAO, Gnosis, and 0x, and many others. Looks like the U.S. Stock Exchange Nasdaq has created a new index for that, so we'll take a quick look at that. And lastly, this was a shocker. Facebook Libra sets to register as a payment system in Switzerland since they got some feedback from FINMA, which is Switzerland's financial regulatory agency. Facebook is looking to basically register as a payment system. I still don't see how this is going to pass. I just don't get why they don't get it. Maybe I could be wrong, but even more in this scenario with Switzerland, because they're not even one of the fiat currencies in the basket of currencies that make up the Libra coin. Remember, we've got the euro dollar, the yen, and the US dollar. Swiss has no play in this. So this again just reduces the need for their currency if this thing gets very popular. I'm not seeing why they would even allow them to register as a payment system and roll out the platform in their country under that. Caught my eye. We're going to take a look at the article and see what they have to say out of CoinSpeaker. But before we get started, I do want to shout out my man Mims. If you guys missed that interview, epic interview I had with recording artist, multi-platinum recording artist Mims yesterday, check that out. We had a great time, and I think it was very informative, just for you guys to see another side of this whole blockchain game. This is from a guy who is coming from the music industry, and he's transitioning over to the startup life in, you know, blockchain and so on and so forth. So check it out. I'll leave a link. It should pop up in the right hand corner as well, but definitely check that out with Mims and I. The kick in the session was dope. But let's go ahead and look at the heat map for today out of Coin360. We've got Bitcoin down 1.8% to $10,046. It loves that 10,000 marker. I heard an analyst say that it would range around the $10,000 mark for a while. To be honest with you, $10,000 Bitcoin is a nice whole number for people to be able to remember, you know, as far as decimal places over, Satoshis. It's kind of easy for you to remember Satoshi amounts when it's around 10,000, I have to admit. And that's really why I use Ethereum as far as quoting my services I provide online. They're all normally in Ethereum, just because it's easy for me to say, okay, two ETH, 2.5 ETH, 3 ETH, 5 ETH. You know, it's pretty easy from a numerical standpoint, a decimal place standpoint, to use ETH. Same with Bitcoin now being around 10,000. So don't know how long this is going to last, but definitely 10,000 is a nice whole number for Bitcoin at the moment. Ethereum is down 1.8% as well to $177. EOS is down 2.4% to $3.69. We've got Litecoin flat at $69, down 3.7%, and BNB is taking a hammer here, down 5.1% to $20.91. And I'm doing a year-to-date view on the crypto markets right now, just to give you guys some understanding of where we are with things. So Bitcoin year-to-date, that means since January 1st, 2019, it's up 161%. It's not bad at all. Probably outpacing all the major indice stocks from S&P, Dow, definitely beating out all of those guys. Ethereum is up 26%. Okay, we've got EOS up 38% year to date, and Litecoin up 115% year to date. So, you know, again, we could see Litecoin probably retract a lot of those gains because a lot of this was based on the halving coming up. So a lot of people were buying ahead of that, and will probably continue to bleed out. I'm just being honest, not saying the coin is going anywhere, just giving you some heads up with that. Binance token is up 243%, so there is room for this one to come back as well. Okay, any of these coins that are way outperforming all the other tokens will probably come back a little bit for sure. Bitcoin Cash up 79%, XRP down 30% year to date, and Tezos up 110%, so that's doing very well year to date as well. Just wanted to give you guys that unique view before we get started. And as you can see from a technical standpoint, still in this channel here, the red lines indicates the channel that we are still in with Bitcoin. We popped out of it a little bit back in August, middle of August, or actually beginning of August nearly, but we're back into that channel. And I told you guys, since we failed here to breach this red or orange line, that we would probably head lower, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're bleeding out. I'm seeing another little trend line here. At this point, if we can't keep this trend line right here that I just drew, this blue one, then we're going to head back down to the bottom half of that channel at 9,400. But it looks like we're trying very hard. The bulls are trying very hard to keep this line. I'm not too sure how successful it's going to be at this moment. We got to see it play out. But yeah, that's where we are with things. First article out of Trust Knows, there are 100,000 transactions stuck as Tether clogs up Ethereum. No surprise to me, and shouldn't be to you, but the Ethereum network has become congested, with users complaining transactions are taking hours, or even some rare cases even days. This one guy says, I have 3 pending transactions pending for more than 10 hours. I've selected the slow mode on MetaMask, but 10 hours is really slow, right? The culprit, it says, appears to be Tether. They're now taking about 50% of the entire network capacity, with USDT handling 18 billion in unfiltered trading volume for more than ETH 6 billion. The ERC20 token is used for arbitrage between global and local exchanges, as well as to bypass national and international restrictions, say on crypto trading, capital controls, so on. So according to Etherscan's data, guys, Tether has performed 100,000 on-chain transactions in the past 7 hours. Etherscan couldn't go any further than the last 100,000 transactions. There are some 5.4 million in total, but we can't see when they began. The move of USDT from the Bitcoin-based Omni layer to ETH gained momentum in July, when Binance suddenly announced they would accept only the ERC20 USD token and not the Omni one. That was months ago, however. So what has suddenly changed to clog the network isn't too clear, but calls are rising for ETH's version of block size as the gas limit to be increased. The article goes on to say that we can see the Ethereum block size is about 20,000 bytes. As blocks are around every 15 seconds, that translates to 80 kilobytes a minute, or 800 kilobytes every 10 minutes, quite a bit less than Bitcoin's hard limit of 1 megabyte. Bitcoin has sort of increased its hard limit to 2 megabytes, while in ETH there is no hard limit at all, but a soft limit measured by an abstract unit called gas, or the number of calculations. So it goes on to say and talk about how the current limit of 8 million gas has not changed since January of 2018, but since Tether is a token, it requires more gas and thus less transactions can fit in. Wow. So there you have it. I just wanted to give you guys the information on that. I don't know why. And then this is a crazy thing. Any DApp that's any project you're invested in that's an ICO that's running on Ethereum, you need to really reconsider who is running that business. Are they competent enough to understand the landscape and pivot? Because that would be a concern if there is a project from 2000. Really, to be honest with you, any project that is still messing around with Ethereum, whether they're trying to create off-chain convoluted ways to settle or do transactions then settle them on the blockchain, it's just nonsense. And it would take less effort if they would just rewrite the code on a different blockchain that can handle the throughput that's needed for any type of everyday use case for a DApp. That's just still a concern for me, and it should be for you as well. Second article out of CoinSpeaker: Nasdaq lists new index for decentralized finance projects called DFIX. Nasdaq's DFIX index will offer real-time tracking of crypto assets of different blockchain projects like MakerDAO, Arger, Gnosis, 0x, and Amovio. Never heard of Amovio. You guys let me know if you have, but it says the U.S. stock exchange Nasdaq has announced the listing of a new index that offers real-time tracking of blockchain projects within the decentralized finance segment, dubbed as DFIX. The index will track blockchain projects like MakerDAO, Arger, Gnosis, 0x, and Amovio. As per the official press release, the London-based Extant Group helped to launch DFIX. Nasdaq has listed this index under the ticker DEFX, which can also be tracked on Google and TradingView, along with the planned listing on Yahoo Finance anytime in the future. The DeFiX is the first altcoin index that reflects the dynamics of the most promising blockchain projects working in decentralized finance. So yeah, what do you guys think about this whole new decentralized finance industry? I think that's going to be huge. I was talking to LJ, who was on my Off the Chain live a couple of weekends ago. He thinks that as well, and I know he really studies up on this whole blockchain industry, and I have to agree. I think the decentralized finance will be a huge industry here in the next 5 years as things really start to unravel with all of these centralized projects. You're going to start seeing that because it's going to mitigate a lot of risk, and I think you're going to see a very big boom in this industry. You guys let me know your thoughts. Seeing Nasdaq add this index definitely lets me know that they think this is going to be something in the future worth watching. Again, let me know about Amovio though. I've never heard of this particular one. Put me up on game if you guys know anything about it in the comments below. But I thought I would just drop that bug in your ear regarding this new listing. Next article also out of CoinSpeaker: Facebook's Libra set to register as a payment system in Switzerland. Facebook's Libra cryptocurrency project is seeking a Swiss payment system license, financial watchdog FINMA said, noting that the breadth of the planned services would require broad oversight. So they announced that they are applying or have applied for a payment license from Switzerland's finance regulator, FINMA. Because of the extensive comeback from policymakers throughout the world, if approved, Libra Association would become a regulated payment systems operator in Switzerland. The Libra Association also addressed FINMA to finally explain their legal status in order to ensure they actually have the right license obtained. So Libra's head of policy and communications said that the organization has been engaged in constructive dialogue with FINMA. He said, since our vision for the Libra project was announced 3 months ago, we have maintained our commitment that technology-powered financial services, innovation, and strong regulatory compliance and oversight are not in competition. This is an important step in Libra project's evolution, and we look forward to continuing our engagement with all stakeholders over the coming months. So it says that from Libra, they confirmed engaging in constructive dialogue with FINMA and added they see a feasible pathway for an open source blockchain network to become a regulated, low friction, high security payment system. FINMA said in their guidance note to Libra, due to the issuance of Libra payment tokens, the services planned by the Libra project would clearly go beyond those of a pure payment system, FINMA said, noting that this means it would be subject to such additional requirements. The article goes on to say that Libra plans to become a global currency that in general would be backed by a basket of other currencies, as are the US dollar, euro, yen, pound, and the Singapore dollar was introduced in the basket yesterday. So they've added additionally 3 more currencies, guys, fiat currencies, to this basket, which is dilutes the need for all the other ones even more. Right? So the need for a US dollar, for euro, for yen just got diluted even more. So I'm not seeing, I don't know if they understand fully. Maybe they need to read The Creature from Jekyll Island and understand how this monetary system actually works. It works on the need for more demand of the fiat currency and then therefore rehypothecated, or what they call fractional reserve, where every dollar that is borrowed, a new one is created into existence. Actually, it's not even 1-to-1. It's like 10-to-1 or 9-to-1. Every dollar borrowed, another 9 is actually created. This is how the system works, and I'm not sure how Facebook feels that they aid in that mechanism, because that's how they keep control, meaning the governments, the central banks. So we'll see what happens. I just wanted to let you guys know that they're now positioning themselves in Switzerland to be a payment system. Interesting. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. But that's pretty much it for today, ladies and gents. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Click that bell. And shout out to Sarge Crypto out there on YouTube for that song request. Most Def Mathematics. I'm out of here, people. Holla!